Welcome students. So today's topic is JavaScript data types. JavaScript provides different types of data type to hold different types of values, and these are mainly two types of data types in JavaScript. First is the primitive data types and second is the non-primitive data types. So we can say reference types or objects. So let's move. So today we'll learn data types. And before going ahead, again, number of times actually I recommended this software for practicals. You can download it from Visual Studio sites, and this is open source software. You have not to pay any fee for that, so download it from this link, Visual Studio Code, the same software I am using for practical. Okay, so JavaScript data types. So as I said, JavaScript provide different types of data types to hold different types of values, and there are two types of data types in JavaScript: primitive data types and non-primitive data types. However, JavaScript is a dynamic language, means you don't need to specify type of the variable because it's dynamically used by JavaScript engine. So whatever the value at runtime you assign, the variable become that type of value. Suppose a variable is holding numbers, so that variable will become number types. If some string or text, then it will become string type. Okay, so dynamically JavaScript engine will decide what type of actually the particular variables. So mainly these are the two types of data types: primitive data types and non-primitive. So different types of data type available in primitive, and some reference or object type data type available in non-primitive. So first learn primitive type data types. Okay, let's move. So there are 5 types of mainly primitive data types in JavaScript, and they are as follow: string, to store string, like a variable I declared here, where x, and what x is having, hello. So there is no type actually I defined here, just I mention where x, a variable x, and what value actually I am assigning to x, hello, and that is in double quotes. So a string I am assigning to x, so ultimately the x will become what type? String type. So represent like sequence example like hello. So whatever in double quotes you will type, that is a string, and that value if you assign to any variable in JavaScript, so that variable will become string type. Similarly, second data type is number, or we can say numeric. The same statement I am using here, where x, a variable x, and but this time what value I am assigning here? 16, a numeric value. So x will become what type? Numeric type. Okay, the next one is the boolean one. Boolean, you already know the true or false values. So means the variable can hold only two value, true, one value actually, true or false. Okay, now next is undefined. Sometimes we have to define the variable whose actually type we don't know, and that variable is actually undefined. So at runtime, whatever the value assigned to the variable, that variable become that type of data type. If at runtime suppose I assign string, so variable will become what type? String type. If I assign number, then it will become number type. And last one is the null. Null is actually nothing, but it say ki there is no value or some value is missing there. Okay, you cannot say null means the 0 here. Okay, so and a simple one like where x equal to, just use keyword null. So all these are the keyword: null, undefined, true, and false. Some code snippets are also available with this. Let's move to the next slide. So this is that code snippet you can check easily. Like here, the simple format you already know how to use. Okay, I am just explaining the script tag. So where a variable x, and what value I assign here? 16. But this statement actually, this 16 I am adding with a string Volvo. So what's happening here? One is the number and another is a string. Yeah, one is the number and another is a string. When you will do this type, when you write such type of expression, ultimately the both the value will become what type? String type. So result will be a 16 Volvo. How? This number will be treated as string. If you assign, if you use string and number both in the same expression, the both the value will become what type? String type. Got it? We'll do practicals so you can easily understand. Let's move to the code. So this is the code actually. First let me remove this Volvo here. Okay, and after this actually in double slashes, this is the actually comments. Okay, let me save and run this. Okay, so only the 16 is coming. Let me change the value. Suppose I assign here 100, and now what will happen? The 100 will be printed here. Let me save, move back. Now this become 100. Okay, now again, now this time what I will do, I am going to add some string with this. Suppose I write here AB PS and I saved it and move back to the code. Now this 100 become now a string. So whenever you do some operation, so whenever you write some expression where the numeric and string both the value come in a single expression or statement, the value will become string type. Whatever, even if you assign the numeric value, that also will become what type? Numeric type. Let me change something here. In double quotes I am writing suppose 100. Now just check what will happen. 100. Why? Because this one actually, this 100 I kept in double quotes, so that value treated as a string. So JavaScript engine understand this is the string and another one is the numeric, so both the value will be concatenated and treated as a string. If you write directly here, suppose you write 10, so we can easily understand. So 10, 110, what the value come? This 100 plus 10, 110. So it changes. So that depend ki how you are using. Suppose now I converted this 100 into string. Now this will come 100 and this number will be concatenated. This will not actually like mathematics. They will concatenate this 1 0 0 1 0. Just check. Let me save this. Just check. Got it? So this is the actually example how the JavaScript treat the values at runtime. So on the basis of those values, the data type decided. Just check. Got it? Now move to the next statement. Another variable I declared here, a variable y, and what the value I assign 20. Now y is having 20. This statement I have already explained you, printed the value of this variable x. Now break statement, so line break. Now y plus 20 I am writing here, y plus 20, and the y, what y is having 20, and 20 plus 20 40. Okay, so the answer will be 40 here. Save it. This is the 41 answer. Okay, y plus y having 20, and what I am adding 20. Let me change this value. Suppose I change here 50. Now 50 plus 20, what will value will come? 70. Just check. Okay, now again next statement. Now here what I am doing, I am using x, but we know this x become a string type. Okay, now I am adding this string with by numeric value. Let me write x is a string type and y is numeric type. So x is a string and y is a numeric, and I already explained you when you use two different value like string and numeric, ultimately that value will become what type? String type. So 10 abps, so here x value will come 10 abps, and what I am adding with this y 50 plus 20 70. So output will be like this 10 abps 70. Just check 10 abps, y 20 is coming. Okay, y actually y is having 20 only. It's my actually error. Y is having 20, so this y's value is 20 is coming. Okay, let me change this value to 70. When I change this value to 70, this result will also change. 70 plus 50 120. Okay, just check. So got it. So at runtime, actually the JavaScript engine decide ki what type of variable is that. If you assign the string value, the variable will become a string type. If you assign the numeric variable value, the variable will become numeric type. So you can use the different statement also, like suppose sometimes it is required to use some mathematical formula, you can use also, but take care that I have already explained you that in previous lessons board mass rules, and on the basis of those rules you have to apply the formula or write the expression. Got it? So now move back to the our code presentation, sorry, these I have already explained you. Move to the next. So next one is the okay, one more example here, that non-primitive data types one actually. So just move back to the code window. Here I have already made the program. Okay, different variable I have taken here, just check. A variable taken x and what value I assigned true. So ultimately this x is what type become? Boolean type. Okay, and default value is true. Similarly, I have taken one more variable name is age, and what value I assign here? Null. Now one more variable I have taken z, and the z actually undefined, type is not defined, even not any value I assigned here. Okay, so these are the three different variable. Now at what I assign 10, I assign 10 to z. So as soon as I assign the value 10, the z was previously undefined, but when I assign numeric value, so ultimately z will become what type? Numeric type. Okay, now one more statement is here. Here let me write. Now variable z is numeric type. Here now x, what I am assigning x, boolean 50 is greater than 100. X is boolean type, and what default value is? True. You can check it here, default value is true, but just check what the boolean statement is doing. 50 is greater than 100, no, so the result will come false. So what will store now in x? False. Instead of true, what will come? False. Now here what I am writing, document dot write x, so x value will become false. Now next statement, line break, so move to the next line, document dot write age. Now what age is having? Null, so it will be right, null. Now here document dot write break means the move to the next line. Now document dot write type of. Now this was the actually operator, if you remember when I was actually explaining operators, JavaScript operator, that time 2 or 3 operators I skipped that time, like type of operator and bitwise operator, and said ki in coming classes or in your senior classes will teach you. So this type of actually keyword determine ki what type of variable is that. So we know what we assign here 10. 10 is the number and we assign to z 10. So type of operator will determine the type of z, ki what type of z is. So we know this is the numeric type, so this will return what? Numbers. Got it? Let's save this one and run the program. Okay, now let's check the statement from the code. First what we printed, document dot x, so it will print false. Why false? Just check. Initial value is true, that we assign initial value true, but this statement is saying 50 is greater than 100. We know no, so false will come, and this false will store in x, and previously what x was having? True, so now it become false. Now here move to next line, this break use. Now here what? Age. document dot write age, and what age is having? Age is equal to null. So output will be null. Now again move to the next line like this. Now type of operator will be determined the type. What the z is having? Z values. This is first undefined. Here we can say there is no type or no, or we can say there is data type is not defined. Data type is not defined. Okay, here now variable will now variable z is numeric type. Why? Because what we assigned 10. So here type of z. So what will become? If number, then definitely what the output will come? Number type. Move back. Just check. First statement false, null and number. Okay, do one thing. Just change the value of z. So we can actually understand it's returning us the proper answer or not. Let's assign something here. Now this time what I assign? ABPS. So according to the actually program or type of operator, this time the z will become what type? String type. Move back. Just check. Now the string is coming. Understand? Now do something. Now this 10 plus ABPS. One is the numeric value, another one is the string. I've already explained you when you do such an operation like using numeric with a string, ultimately that type will become string type. Again the answer will come. Let me save this. What type? String type. Understand? So these are the different actually examples that you can use okay in your programs. So move back to the program. So these are the different examples, both one the string one and boolean one. Both are the primitive type data types. Now move to the presentation. Just check. So now next the non-primitive data types. So non-primitive data types generally used to store we can say collection of data. Okay, like how there are different types of data types in non-primitive: object, array and regular expression. Object represent instance through which we can access members, or we can say a collection of data. Object, suppose example is their car. A car is actually we can say a variable we define a car and having different types of value. Okay, like type like type is a Fiat, model is 500, color is white. So when we teach you classes in JavaScript, that time you will understand how we can define class and how we can define object on the basis of such class. Okay, that when we teach you the concept of oops, that time also. Okay, now next is array. Array represent a group of similar values. Similar value may be numeric or maybe text. Okay, suppose we have to store some 100 values, same type of 100 values in JavaScript, suppose. So generally what do, when we have to store one or two values, generally we declare variables. Like if two value are required to store, we use two different variable. When if 100 variable 100 values required, then what you will do? You will declare 100 variable. If you declare 100 variable, program will become very messy. So what, to solve such problem, what we do, we declare array. And what array do? Array store same type of values. Same type of value, maybe numeric. So 100 numeric values in a single variable. If you declare a string, to 100 different type of string can be you can store in a single array. So no need to declare 100 different variables. So that such problem can be solved with the help of array. Okay, like here I declared a variable cars and this square bracket used for that. Okay, and now different arrays there like Maruti, Hyundai and Tata. So these are the different values that is stored in what array? Cars. However, these arrays are accessible with the help of index number, and this index start from 0. Like if you access cars 0, so it will return Maruti. If you access cars 2, then it will return Tata 0, 1, 2. So we'll do the practical on non-primitive data types in next tutorial, but just for explanation I just included these non-primitive in the slide. Now move to the next data type, that is RGEXP, that is a regular expression. Okay, this regular expression generally perform all types of text search and text replace operation in JavaScript. Like in Excel, if you remember, if you use a string search or the different, so just like that, even in JavaScript also you can perform some such operations with the help of regular expression. Now example is like here I declare a variable string and what it's there, visit abpscore.com, and another variable I am using what, variable n. Now str.search, what I am searching, str.search, in str what the search value, abps. Now it will be search the numbers from which number actually abps is starting. Just count this, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So what will be the result come? 6. Got it? And practical of these non-primitive data types we will do in the next tutorial. Before that you must do practicals with all these data types, which one is string, numbers, boolean, and these are the code snippets of the same that you can use at home. So do more practice, so that actually the idea will be clear and you can easily understand how this data types actually behave at runtime and how JavaScript engine actually treat the values at runtime whatever you assign. Okay, so non-primitive will do in the next class. Up to that, thank you student, thank you very much. Our next tutorial is non-primitive data types that I will upload on 12th of December. Up to that, thank you very much students, thank you.